Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Anetta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go into what we were shipping out today and Tuesday. I also had a really cool combo order. So the first thing right here is the big box version of Command and Conquer right here. Yeah, this is a really cool like strategy military game. I used to play this as a kid. I also played like Red Alert and other stuff like that. This one's going international. They originally took an offer from us, but then I didn't have a picture of the brown insert, the like cardboard corrugated thing that keeps us all together. And I was like, I think it's there. So I had to wait until today to send them pictures just because I wasn't at the storage unit. So they eventually paid. But yeah, this is a really fun strategy game. This ended up selling for $30 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping. I really like to get those big box PC games. They can really go for like a good amount, even for like the older games. All right, moving along, we have also something that's fantastic right here. This is going to be, let me take it out of the bag. I just didn't have a baggie that was, that could seal around this because this is kind of like too wide. This is going to be like a unicorns book right here. So there's the front and then here's the back as well. So there's going to be a bunch of different unicorn art. Even though we get a bunch of like nerdy stuff all the time, I rarely find like fairy stuff, sprite stuff, unicorn stuff that actually does like really well anytime we have it. It's just like super rare to find people do like this kind of thing, this genre. Even the gritty kinds, the cutesy kinds. This ended up selling for $14.84. I kind of recently listed this. So yeah, like I said, anytime we get like fairy, unicorn, sprite stuff like in that realm, it's pretty good. All right, next up is going to be a lot of 3 of these KPT 1989 tanks. We sold some yesterday. These were another little lot of 3. They have like a couple of different turrets. This one has like 2. Really good quality, like these tiny metal miniatures. They have a lot of details on the painting. These sold for $13.49. So that's all of that KPT tank stuff I have. The other lot was 4. This lot was 3 of them. All right, next up is going to be a playing card deck. Where did I put it? It's going to be right over here, Alaska Railroad. I always like to grab all the playing card decks. I do it pretty well with it. What's well?
It's a railroad.
Railroad. Oh yeah, okay. I have a hard time saying railroad. Scientific Rail Tours playing card deck right here. This one is sealed. I do like to get, like I said, the unique ones, any ones that are kind of cool or have like a brand or just something that people would care about or like cool images. This sold for $14.30, which is pretty good for a playing card deck. All right, moving along. I don't know why my Marvel cards have been selling recently. Like when I originally got a bunch of them, the good ones sold pretty quick. The medium ones sold at like slightly faster than that. And then now all these stragglers started selling. So this is a lot of 114 1994 Marvel Masterpiece trading cards. So yeah, they were good condition. There's also like the checklist in the back. I don't think it's a complete set. It was probably close, but this ended up selling for $22. I still have some Marvel stuff left, but I was really lucky when I found those because I got them like super, super cheap. All right, moving along, we have a CD Index right here. I've never listened to this one, so I don't... What? In Excess. There you go. Yeah, I said it wrong. You can tell I don't know it. But yeah, we got a bunch of CDs a bit ago. I've been listing a ton of them recently within the past month or so. I also listed a bunch when we got them. This sold for $6. Nothing like super crazy for money, but it's always like 1 or 2 CDs like every day or every other day just adds up to being really good. All right, the really cool thing is I got a combo order for 8 strategy guide books. So I'm going to go through all of them. This is really lucky. This was like $99 and like 64 cents or something like that. So basically $100. So Sid Meier's Civilization right here. This is a really cool RTS game, a real-time strategy game. A lot of people like the Sid Meier stuff. This is part 5. So this is just going to have like a lot of different strategies and notes about all the units and like the different campaigns you can play in this. So that one was the first one. Next one is Command & Conquer Generals. I already sold some other Command & Conquer PC game to someone else. This is just the Generals game. And then this is the strategy guidebook. Also an RTS game. So I can tell that they like the RTS stuff. Also with the other stuff I'm about to show you guys. Real-time strategy games are a lot of fun. There's not that many modern ones, but back in the day, there would be these games where you are in a bird's eye view and you're controlling a bunch of different stuff. You usually start with a base. The goal is usually to defeat the other person's base, but what usually ends up happening is you'll have some kind of like big conclusive battle somewhere on the map, and then like if you lose all your units, you don't want to waste both of your guys' time by not quitting, because just like watching units attack a building when the person is already defeated is just boring. So yeah, they like that type of style. I can tell by the books they got. Also science and sci-fi. Sorry, sci-fi. Right here, Mass Effect 3 strategy guide book. I just played the Mass Effect series for the first time last year. I went through 1, 2, 3, Andromeda as well. I can't even remember. I blitzed through them. It was a lot of fun to go through them for literally the first time in my life. This is part 3. This is just nuts. Look at like how many different options and choices and different missions. Like this is insanely huge for like a strategy guidebook. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I was like shocked at like how much like stuff there is in this game. So yeah, the Mass Effect, really cool sci-fi like storytelling game. It was a lot of fun for me going through it for the first time last year. All right, next up is going to be Homeworld, 3D RTS game right here, just because it says that real-time strategy. I don't know anything about this one, unfortunately, so I can't really talk about this one, but it looks like a sci-fi version of a game where you build a base and then trying to defeat the other person's base. This one's also special to me. StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm Collector's Edition. This is like a hardcover strategy guide book. I played a ton of StarCraft 2 back in the day. I ended up getting into, I think it was Master or Grandmaster rank 1v1 solo. I used to like watch other people study. It was basically like right before being like an actual pro. I played Protoss, the robots. I would do the Ball of Death where you just get like a bunch of strong units and you just go in one, like basically in one formation and destroy everything with like Stalkers and Colossuses and stuff like that. So really cool special game. So I'm glad that they like the sci-fi and they like that type of game. All right, next up is the Lord of the Rings Online Shadows of Angmar. I think I tried to play this game as a kid. I don't know if this had a subscription service or not, like an MMO, like a massive multiplayer game like World of Warcraft. I do remember trying to get into this game. I think it might have been, I didn't have enough time as a kid or something, but yeah, Lord of the Rings is really cool. You can see like there's different maps and there's Gandalf or something like that right there. Or maybe like a wannabe, it looks like a gray wizard that you could probably play. So yeah, that one, this strategy guide book was damaged and it's mostly just the outside edges and stuff. So I did denote that in the listing. But yeah, all right, next up is Medieval 2 Total War. This also looks like an RTS game. I'm not 100% sure. I remember seeing this kid around as a kid, like when I go to the store and those like cheap PC bins. But yeah, I don't know anything about this particular one, but assuming that what else they bought, it's probably an RTS game in a medieval setting. All right, and the last strategy guide book they got was Assassin's Creed right here. I remember this one also. I saw my listing had the poster, so the poster that's the insert in this is included. Some of these strategy guide books do have inserts, and a lot of them will be posters or maps or some kind of like cool extra. So this one was included. I've never played the Assassin's Creed games. I think Annetta played the first few that she liked with Enzo. Ezio. She liked the Ezio trilogy. This one I think is just part 1, so this is a strategy guide book for it. So yeah, really thankful for these kind of combo orders. That's kind of like you hope that happens on eBay when you list a bunch of like one category. I did list these kind of recently, not all of them. I always get like a little bit amount of strategy guide books, and then I just add them onto my few boxes. I have all of the ones that I have gotten listed. All right, so let's move along. My phone went into sleep mode real quick. It got bored of me talking about strategy guide books, but yeah, that was the last thing is Cynthia, Princess of Hell, Gold Cynthia limited edition, 1 of 5,000 comic book character from the 90s, like a scantily uniformed girl. This one has like everything is gold, so there's the sword, there's the sheath, and then like her outfit is gold. Yeah, this is just like the style for these particular comics back in the day. It's really interesting for this one because I have a ton of these Cynthia action figures, but I think this was actually the first one that we sold out on. So I don't have any more gold Cynthia, which is kind of crazy because I had like a couple, like 100 or maybe more of all these types of this like action figure line. So I was like going through all my extras. I keep all my extras in like another side bin. And then whenever one sells, I go through the side bin and I take pictures because there will be different markings on the packaging. Maybe there's like a little like opening on the corner or something. So I have to take pictures of everything, and then I couldn't find another one. So for me, that was shocking. I was like, oh wow, I've actually sold out of one type. There's still like 6 or 7 types I have of Cynthia, and there's like some other character, I forget her name. That one sold for $13.50. So yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone's having a good start to their week.